Welcome to Take It from the Ironwoman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Ironwoman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. Take It from the Ironwoman. We only have special guests. Today we go to Bogota in Colombia. We meet the CEO, Maria Carolina Angulo of Lökfood. Welcome. Please introduce yourself. Who is Maria who's joining us and what can we learn from you?
Thank you, Susanne. Thanks for this opportunity. I'm a mom and also an entrepreneur. I've been in the chocolate business from almost 20 years. I'm a chocolatier too. I breathe chocolate. I eat chocolate through my veins. It's not blood, it's chocolate. I'm a chocolate lover, but also a technician because I did a master in food science in Ghent University. I am also a professional chocolatier from the École Chocolat in Canada. In my life, it's surrounded by strong women. Of course, I wake up every day trying to give to this planet a little bit of the best of myself and of course the society and to my little girl. I am also a student. Knowledge for me, it's powerful. I love to study the things because I want, not because I have to. Right now, I'm in the stage that I also finish my master in enology. I'm an enologist and also a sommelier because I love food. Yeah, and wine and coffee and chocolate. All my life, it's all around coffee, wine, and chocolate.
Wonderful. I'm getting hungry and I need to taste your beautiful chocolate. Obviously, I am from Switzerland. When you say you live and breathe chocolate, that's how I grew up. How did everything start? For just eating chocolate? No, you look like a skinny person.
In the world, there's two types of chocolates, okay? The candy chocolate and the food part of the chocolate business. I'm not in the candy business. I'm in the chocolate business, but chocolate as food, as medicine, as a superfood. I don't know if Susanne, but in the world, there are some organizations like the FDA, the European Agency of Food, and a lot of stages that recommend to eat chocolate as a food, not as a candy. I want to explain you the difference because when you eat chocolate as a candy, you eat high quantities of sugar, high quantities of milk, and sometimes not even cocoa. That's the chocolate that we use to recognize as chocolate. From the other hand, we have a conscious part of chocolate. Chocolate is a superfood because it's full of antioxidants. You have to eat chocolate if you have to live longer and if you have better health. Chocolate as a superfood is good for your brain, it's good for your heart, for your cardiovascular system. Also, when you eat dark chocolate, when I'm saying dark, I'm saying 60% and above of cocoa content, okay? Not milk, not sugar, no vegetable oils, only real chocolate. You are giving to your body, to your brain, and to your heart lots of beautiful things. So that's the differentiation that I want to let because sometimes people mix the concept of chocolate as a candy and as a food. Okay, so the food business and chocolate is my business. I'm speaking from my knowledge, and of course, there are lots of scientist evidence and medical evidence that shows that when you eat dark chocolate from 60% above, you are giving to your brain three very important things. Okay, when you eat chocolate, your brain activates a neurotransmitter called serotonin, phenylethylamine, and dopamine. Serotonin is the happy molecule. Phenylethylamine is the love molecule, and dopamine is the relaxing molecule. When you eat chocolate, your brain will say to your body through these three neurotransmitters that you activate when you eat chocolate, feel happy, feel peaceful, feel in love. When you are in love, your brain is telling to your body through the phenylethylamine be in love. This kind of relationship between chocolate and be in love and be peaceful, be relaxing and be happy. It's very good nowadays because it's the best antidepressive that it's offering to the world, but no one knows it. And it's a biological thing. It's something real that occurs in your brain, and then your brain say to your body. So first, it's good, of course, for your brain, then for your heart. Because when you eat dark chocolate from 60% cocoa and above, your heart will be in a better shape because chocolate is made out cocoa butter. When you eat chocolate, the cocoa butter melts in your mouth or in your palate, okay, in your hands or in your mouth. It's the same effect in your arteries, right? When you eat chocolate, the cocoa butter will destroy the fat molecule in your arteries, and your heart and your cardiovascular system will work better. That's very, very important for people to know. I want to tell you about the eternal youth related to the chocolate, okay? Lots of people talk about wine or green tea or the Andean superfoods like quinoa or the goji berries or whatever. But cocoa is the first food that makes you full of antioxidants. More than wine, more than green tea, more than coffee, more than goji berries. And it's a scientific fact. Okay? It's not that I'm telling you, it's a scientific fact. When you eat chocolate, your cells will be more healthy. Have you heard about oxidation cells? When your cells are oxidated, you are more into illnesses, okay? More into illnesses. When you eat chocolate, your body will be full of antioxidants, okay? And that will let you live longer and, of course, in a better way, because it's also a medical fact that when you eat 100 grams of chocolate per day, you will reduce risk of some illnesses like, for example, cancer. All the risk from your brain, of course, Parkinson, Alzheimer. It's not only good for your youth, it's good to prevent some illnesses, and it's something that people is not used to listen. I want to speak about it, and I also speak about it because there are two different ways to be in love of chocolate.
So first of all, I have to say I'm speechless on all the facts, and I love chocolate and I love dark chocolate. Thank you so much. We can eat more. And you said 100 grams per day? Isn't that a bit much?
100 grams. Yeah. From 60% and above. Yeah. I eat every day 100 grams of 70, 85, and 100% chocolate.
Okay. But we also need to find out how you founded your company.
I started working with an intern in a very big company in Colombia. Then I moved, and the company, it's called Nacional de Chocolate. So it's the national chocolate company in Colombia. Since I'm 16 years old, I started to fall in love with chocolate because of my internship. I worked for a year, and then I moved to Australia with my husband because that day he was my boyfriend. So we started to live there, and a Belgian company called me and told me, we need to do like a benchmark and a scoop of the market. Can you do it for us? And I said yes. It was a Belgian company, the biggest company in the world. So it was a great opportunity to know the commodity business side. I was thinking about cocoa butter, cocoa powder, cocoa beans. So it was very great to know this part of the business. Then a French company called me and told me, okay, so we've been heard that you are doing a good job in Sydney. We want to let that, we need a representation there. So I started to represent the French chocolate company there. It was for 3 years, more or less. Then we moved back to Colombia with a beautiful company also in Colombia called Lökfood Chocolate. And I started to know a little bit more about the chocolate training because I was very into the commodity side of the business. Okay. So selling to industrial, selling to restaurants, hotels. It was the same big chocolate business, of course, but it's a different approach. So when I came back, I started to study chocolate, the molecules, the formulation. So it was a great opportunity to me, and I started my master in food science. I get in love of chocolate as a food. Then I did the chocolate professional master that did. I started to formulate it chocolate for other companies. Other companies, they call me and ask me for a recipe, or if I could help them with chocolate, equipment and everything. I was in a point that I was very, very busy doing the other part of the business. I quit Looker and I started with my business partner, Locke, formulating chocolate here in Colombia and trying to sell chocolate first here in Colombia to test the market and to see the recipes, if they will work with the consumer, because we wanted to launch an international company. That's the other part of the business, because 10 years ago, when I started Locke, it was very difficult in Colombia to find dark chocolate. Here in Colombia, people used to eat milk chocolate as a candy. There wasn't any company selling and doing dark chocolate. Okay. We started the business of dark chocolate here in Colombia. And it was great because we started small teams to the coffee houses, the coffee stores, the wine stores, trying to put the chocolate in places where people is more conscious about the consumption of chocolate. So we started in healthy stores. It was like a boom with the vegan stores in Colombia. Started open vegan, plant-based stores, and we had the opportunity to put the chocolate into that stores, not in the big retailers, because we wanted to build brand awareness. Okay. And of course, to educate our consumer about the differences that I told you, the medicine side, everything. The business started 10 years ago with only three bars of chocolate, 60% cacao, 70% cacao, and 38 milk chocolate. Now we don't have milk because we understood that we cannot compete with the candy and confectionery business, and we want to focus in the value of the product and the value of the brand, which is chocolate as a food, as a superfood. Nowadays, we have more than 80 employees in Colombia. We are exporting to 11 countries around the world. We have 3 branches, one in the US, one in Mexico, and one in France. And we are selling to the biggest market in the world, which is the US and China, growing, selling more than 45 million chocolate bars per year. It's been amazing to understand that you can educate your consumer in order to be more successful, because you have to empower your consumer. You have to give them the tools to choose you. And that's what we do.
That's excellent marketing. Listen to the customer, educate the customer. What a cool story. And I also like when you say you don't stop learning. Now you go for your MBA, you're always learning. And that's also a good quality of a leader and an entrepreneur, and especially a female entrepreneur. Congratulations.
Thank you, Suzanne.
So you're a very busy person. What do you do when you don't work?
When I don't work, I play tennis. I read a lot. I stay with my little kid, and she's here listening to me very carefully and listening to you very carefully, because I love to spend time with her and with my husband. But of course, I love to play tennis. I play tennis. My father said that I first started to play tennis than speak. So imagine. So it's something that I really love to, and read. I love to read also.
Busy person. And how can you keep everything together? So you're a mother, you're happy, you're successful, you're learning. How can you keep everything together?
That when you do your best in the moments that you need to be present, for me, it's enough. I don't have to be the best in everything. I just have to be the best when I'm with my girl, when I'm playing tennis, or when I'm managing a company. That's my philosophy.
That sounds very simple, but that's also very difficult in a way. Be present, because we know everybody's always multitasking and No, be
Oh, no,
present.
Susan. Oh, no. I cannot be multitasking. Sometimes people said, oh, but it's a bad reference because all women are multitasking. No, I'm not multitasking. I cannot be multitasking because my mind is very into one thing. When I'm working, I'm working. When I'm with my kid, I'm with my kid. When I'm playing tennis, I am playing tennis. So I cannot think. My brain is not working like that.
It's because you're eating a lot of chocolate, so your brain is
Probably.
very happy and focused.
Exactly. And focus. Exactly. Yeah.
I like
Probably.
that.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Well, what's coming next? I finished my master in enology because I also love wine. So I'm planning to do something related to chocolate and wine first here in Colombia, working with distributors of some wineries here in order to establish an alliance of distribution. Also, I'm planning to grow the company in the next 6 years. That in 2030, we are going to be the number one company, of course, selling dark premium chocolate in Colombia. Now we are the second, but our competitor is a very famous Swiss chocolate. We are trying to beat it in order to get more market in Colombia. Hopefully, we will do it. Also, we want to expand some of the branches because right now we are in the US, Mexico, and France, but hopefully we will have a new branch in China in the coming years because China is getting bigger and bigger as a chocolate consumer. They used to unknown chocolate, and since 5 to 8 years, they started to open to this kind of food like wine, like coffee, like chocolate, trying to be more open. So it's getting very, very interesting for companies like us to look for that market because it's very fresh. We don't have lots of competitors. The market is still growing. So we can get a big piece of the market easier than in the US, for example, which is the other huge market. In the coming years, it's going to be like China. We are very happy and I'm so excited to see what's going to be.
Wonderful. What a cool chocolate story. I wish you good luck to see your company in China and growing and growing and growing. So thank you so much for all the insight and the wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
What a fun conversation. Let me go and eat some more chocolate. I haven't had 100 grams yet. Take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Don't miss out. Learn from cool people. Learn with people. And also download the book, Take It from the Iron Woman, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels, or get it in your local bookstore. Thank you for your support. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.